welcome again. This is the weekly tarot reading for October 5th, 2020. As always, you can choose an element or you can choose your astrology sign. So we start with fire, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, so you know that you've just come out of the influence of the full moon. Well, it's still there, the influence, the full moon in Aries, with Mars retrograde in Aries still is there. So it feels like there is something new on the horizon starting here. Something new coming into your life, and a message coming from somebody. There could be somebody younger. It's a message, but there is something emotional in it. Look, there's water, so there is something very new. It's like a new seed, a new message, something new is happening. And this can be even a new relationship, you know, getting into your lives, because it's emotions, it's cups. And it is quite like a surprise almost. The fish here is like a surprise element. It's popping out of that cup. Now you all have beautiful cards, minus this one here. So this is something new, and this can be a new venture, a new relationship, something new that has an emotional impact on you. Something maybe you've been waiting for a while, and now it's coming into fruition, and it's very, very young, very new. It can also be a young person getting on your emotions, somebody that creates an emotional thing within you. Someone young in your life, but there is an emotional connection here, and this emotional young person, that can be younger, a boy, a teenager, even, you know, a son or a daughter. It doesn't have to be a male necessarily, but somebody young. There's an immaturity to that card, and it is someone that then, if it's somebody else, if it's not you, then at a certain point there's going to be something emotional, an emotional thing happening here. Now the next card is the Temperance card, and the Temperance card says to be patient, to be calm. You are the adult here. That's what it feels like. You're the adult. Again, here is a king, the adult person, the grounded person. So I'm connecting these two here. So it's up to you to be, you know, the wise person, the person that is calm, the person that is grounded, the person that takes the wiser decision here. If this person stirs with your emotions, if that is the case, or if it's something new that stirs with your emotions, it's up to you to keep calm, to say, okay, let's see what's happening here, let's wait, let's feel and sit it out, but also feel it out, because of course there's water here as well. We see water here, we see water here. We even, there's not really water, but there's the blue sky here, and maybe it is a bit of water in the background here. So anyway, there is an emotional thing here, but this king is quite practical. So be practical as well, the cards say. If something is riling you up, be practical. You know, just think about the things that you can do to ground yourself, take a deep breath, and be this king that sits on his throne and it says, okay, wait, let's see what happens here. Let's not jump in too quickly, but just, you know, patience, calm, etc. Because this is a beautiful card here. This is the card of a family celebrating. It's the Ten of Cups card, which is a card that, you know, everything's okay. There's children playing, there's a couple standing here. So it's a family card, as it were. And that's why I think this is a younger person in the family that can stir up some emotions. And while this is a very good basis, and you have this king here on this side, this is in the middle. This is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, when we have the normal, this deck, the normal Rider-Waite, we don't see this person hurting this person. We just see a person with on a horse with a sword out, and it's quite an aggressive night. So there is the feeling that there is aggression here, that it can lead to, I'm not saying violence, but, you know, harsh words being said, a conflict, and that conflict is going to hurt you. I don't see that you are this person. I see that you are more this person, that you're going to be hurt by, you know, whatever is stirred up here. It could be hurtful. So that's why these two cards ask for the patience, and also think of, you know, of the good things that are in the family. And we're going to have a look more. So I'm going to draw some more cards on top of this to see the further implications here. Okay, so that's the victory card. It's also another patience card, really, in this context. That's how I see it. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think I'll draw another one up here. You know, this is interesting, this Justice card here, and this Lovers card here, really, really, really interesting. Okay, let's see what it says here. Okay, I haven't pulled any other cards out here, but let's do it anyway. Okay, so just let us do this like that, so that there are a bit of a quality here. So this young person steering, which may lead you to ponder some things, you know, because, you know, when your emotions, again, we have water here in the background. You know, we have this young person, water here, we have also water here. It feels like there, you know, because of the emotions, you need to ponder some things. You need to think about some things that have been happening, and you have to see, you know, what is it that I want here? Because this is not going to be easy when that happens. When the emotional, it's a bit of a task. It's a bit of a, you know, something that's coming into your life, and it's like, oof, you know, it's not easy to solve, but you can do it, because we have this card here. I mean, this card, again, this is a person walking away with, you know, it's almost as, and I have said it, I think it's the last week as well that it came out, and it's like walking away with some lessons, some life lessons here, but also some values, and to adhering to those values is important. So when you ponder these things, when these emotions come up and your emotions are stirred up, ponder the things, but ponder them with the values in your mind, and know that it's not going to be easy. So the patience that, you know, the adult that you've been asked to be here, you're being asked to be an adult. So in this respect, this card is also about being, you know, the calm adult, the person who's a little bit a wise person, I'm not saying victory here. I don't see it like that. I find that this is going to be you being the wise person, also to take it easy. You know, just, you know, sometimes you need to take a step back before we get into the emotional entanglement. When we take the step back and we, you know, just take a little look inside, take a deep breath, sleep on it for a night, then other ideas come. And that, you know, the sleeping on it that for a night, that really coheres well with this Justice card, because this Justice card is like, okay, let's balance things out. Let's create a little bit more harmony. And, well, harmony is what we need, and we're in Libra season anyway. But it feels like, you know, being the wise person, the older, mature person, also means that, you know, you need to create a little bit of balance and harmony within yourself. So here we had, you know, because you have this steady background, you have the steady family going, you have the good stuff going. So why give it all up because of the emotional stir-ups and because of this card? Yeah, it feels like, you know, leave the things that you don't want to hear really, or that really hurt you. Just leave them behind and walk away from now, because something is happening here. It's like a new cycle in this relationship. And why do I say that? Because a relationship, and it's getting more clear now because of this Lovers card. Lovers has to do with literally love, but also with choices to be made, with duality here. You can either choose this side or this side, or you can feel like the protection of the angel. Maybe this card is being protected by that angel. And that's why I feel that this is this hurt that you want to or need to leave behind. Those things that are, that have stirred up these emotions and that feel really bad. Just don't listen to them. Just, take it as something new coming into life. And here we have two angels, yes? We have two angels. So there is like this protection of the family here, this protection of you, of your emotions almost. And if in the family reading, this can be you as being the pater familias, as it were. You don't have to be a male for that. So it can be male, female, doesn't matter. But it's you who is the one who sort of connects the people in the family together. And why do I say that? Also because of the star here. The star sort of bringing everybody together under the light of the star. But also, trusting that it's all going to work out. All going to work out. Look at this. We have this 9 and this. See what I mean when the difference between this card is the same card. It's the 7 of Pentacles, both of them are, but this one is somebody walking away with one of the pentacles here and leaving the rest behind. So what I say is here, the lessons have been learned and you take away what you want from it and you leave behind. But here you're looking at all these things that have been happening and you're observing them, as it were. And then from there, you can be this king and you can say, listen, okay, we've done this. We're looking at how they unfold, how they work out, and that will bring you success. Look, success coming together here, coming together. Duality, again, duality here. We had another duality card here, but this is the card of bringing together. And here with, the person that's going to be hurt is you. And why, maybe it's a good time for you to just lay low for a while. I find this in this context here, lay low. It's a bit like this card, lay low for a while. Sleep on it. Don't do anything rash. It's okay. This looks like a sneaky card and stealing card, but sometimes this card also means like, okay, just, hide under the radar, because things here unfold very well. All these cards are very good cards. So don't worry about it. And also here, lay low, because there will come insights. Again, this is a slow card. The Hanged Man is a card of sometimes we need to sacrifice things, or we need a little bit of time before we see things clearly, and this needs to unfold. So if you see this as a before and this is an after, here everything has unfolded and it's all come together. So it's like, okay, don't worry about it, because it's going to be solved here. It's going to be solved. It's going to be solved. Here again, everything says it's going to be solved. Star is wishes fulfilled card, but it will take a while. But there is going to be a change. So from this situation here, where you have been stirred up with your emotions and maybe even hurt, there is change and it's going to unfold through that. Let's have a look to the other cards. Okay, yeah, it's fitting. So we have the Moon and the Nine of Swords. Okay. So the Moon is a card of, you know, uncertainty, not knowing what is happening, not seeing the way clearly. It's a bit of, you know, you have to feel your way around this. And that's probably here why this card here is that patience card. And then again, this one. So it's like, okay, sleep on it, be patient, and then everything will become clear. But at the moment, things are a bit uncertain, and they may not be completely what it seems. So you need to take it easy so you can get here. And this here will be okay. But there is, of course, some worry involved. And word Nine of Swords, worry, stress. It is a stressful thing. This card is stressful. But then we have all these other cards, you know, this card, the fact that you have to a little bit lay low and let it unfold and just see what happens and wait it out until you get inside. It doesn't mean that you will not worry, but you know, it will not be stressful. It will be. So there will be some stress involved, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be okay in these cards here. Now the other card here, I think this card is like a reminder that there is joy in your life. It says here pleasure, and it says my life is deliciously joyous. Maybe this is a little bit connected with that Four of Swords, you know, to take it easy. It is maybe connected even with the Star card here, which is a beautiful card of joy as well, of success. It feels like this card says, you know, remind yourself that your life is joyous and that sometimes there is stress, but there is this purity. Look at this card. Remember this card as well. And the Family card. This is a card of joy. So I think it says to be joyous again, and there will be joy again, even after the stress. But it doesn't matter really. Don't forget this. This is a reminder. This is like an advice to you to don't forget that you can add joy, even though things are not working immediately out like you want them to. Maybe a little bit of stress, worry, a little bit of unclarity, not knowing what's happening. You need to lay low. You may be hurt, but don't forget you have these joys in your life. So that's it for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius this week, and I hope to see you next week. Also upcoming. Next up is Earth for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, I see these cards together, and then I see these cards together. Two cards of duality. Let's say this is a before, this is an after. First of all, I feel that you have this feeling that things are not going the way you want them to, and so you feel a little bit lost. And you also feel that life is treating you unfairly. But, I mean, this is not really the case because of these cards here. You're not alone. This is also a card sometimes of people that feeling alone. And that this may be, it may be that you have lost something, but it feels more like you have lost people, friends, family. That's what it feels like. And I say that because of these cards here. So especially this card, it feels like that is the case here. But here you're looking out for something that is happening out there. So while you feel lost, you're also like looking for something else. There's duality here. Looking for something else, looking out in the world. It feels like even, maybe you have more connections online than you have offline. Could be the case. I mean, for sure I have. So who am I to say? But it feels like you're waiting for something. Waiting for something, yeah, something new. But because you feel this loneliness and you feel alone and you're waiting for something, you're also doing a lot of thinking. It's like you're, I'm not saying meditating, that doesn't feel the right word. It's like you're looking inside and you're looking inside yourself and you go, okay, what do I really want? What do I really need? And that will give you solutions here. That will bring people in your life. I'm not saying only online, I'm also saying offline. That will bring you people into your life. Now this here is, it's a card of giving and taking, isn't it? These people take, they receive, and this is the people giving. I feel that it feels like you have given a lot of yourself. And it feels like here, you don't think it has been coming back, the amount you've given of yourself. And it doesn't have to be monetary giving. That can be emotional giving, it can be wisdom giving, psychological, helping people, just for helping people. And because you feel that these people have not appreciated what you've done, you're looking for something else. And that can be other people, but can also be maybe some other lifestyle. It can be some other, almost some other values you're looking for, something else to do as well, some new actions to take. But it's going to be okay, because here you have new people coming into your life, new, it can be a new partnership, it can be a new relationship, it can also just be something new you're going to do coming into your life. But it is only after really thinking hard. And thinking hard, I'm saying that, you know, not that you're going to sit and think the whole day, but being honest with yourself, being honest with what you are feeling, being honest with your emotions, because you need, you know, cups are emotions, so it has to feel real. This has to be authentic. This has to feel real. It can't be a fake friendship. It can't be a fake thing coming into your life. It needs to be authentic. That is the word that comes up for me. So let's pull a few other cards on top of these to see what happens. What they say. Okay. Okay, these two together. Funny. Okay, yes, of course. That's nice. I have another one here. Okay, that one. Okay, another duality card. Okay, that one wanted to jump. Okay. So let's see what it says here. Okay, strength. Oh, the Tower. I think we had an Ace of Swords here. Yeah, look, there's a second one. The Moon. The Page of Cups. Okay. So, the card of loss. I'm looking at these two cards. So we have the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is, you know, a new offer, a new friendship. Somebody coming in and offering you something. And it feels like this is not necessarily about the teacher and the mentor card here, but it's more like a foundation, a structure, that you are in need of a structure. And that can be quite traditional, because, you know, you're an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they can be very traditional. And maybe it is time to give up the traditional part a little bit. Don't forget that at the moment, Uranus is in Taurus, and some Tauruses especially those in the beginning of Taurus. So let's say we'll feel this Uranus in Taurus a lot harder than later ones. Those will feel that much later on. Now, especially the early ones are feeling that. So, you know, Uranus is about not following rules. It's about throwing away the rules, being innovative. And this is a very conservative card. It is a card that wants the, you know, the status quo. But I think it's, you know, that is the thing. Here, the status quo is changing. You want it. You want that foundation. You don't want to feel that loss. But the status quo is changing. Why? Here, the Tower. So your foundations are changing and they need to change. This Tower is saying that. If you do that, you know, some other things will come in if you change your foundations, but there is this need for you to be strong at the moment. And with strong, I don't mean you to be brutal or to be dominant. It's to be calm, strong yet calm. It's that when I coach people that have been in bad relationships, for example, or who have suffered losses, I will always say that you need patience and trust. And that for me is that card, patience and trust. Because you have to trust that when you lose something, something else will always come in place. When a cycle ends, another cycle begins. It's always like that. There is, you know, it's just, it is what it is, and that's that another cycle begins. But sometimes you have to find that includes losing stuff. So looking out for something else, you know, as if you're waiting here. I find this is waiting for something new to come into your life. And here, in this respect, this card is about willpower. It's about, you know, staying strong again. It's a bit, you know, okay, you can do this because you're the Emperor. You are quite strong. The Emperor, Capricorn Emperor, it's a card, a Capricorn card for me. A lot of that, you know, because you have here the Capricorns. But this Emperor is saying, you know, you can do it. You can stay strong. You can wait it out. Because if you wait it out, this new cycle will begin. But it will mean destruction of this foundation. So yes, that Tower is there. Let's have a look at what happens in between. What is here the cause? So here that was you giving a lot. You giving a lot and you didn't feel it was returned in the same way. And it doesn't mean that, you know, when you give, you want the same things back or in the same amount. It doesn't work like that. Not in relationships, not in friendships. It doesn't work like that. But sometimes you can give too much of yourself. And when you give too much of yourself and it's not appreciated, or you don't feel appreciated, well, then it becomes sour, isn't it? And look here, I think this is also you giving. This card is the Knight of Pentacles. It's a very, almost a passive knight. It's a grounded knight. It's the knight that is saying, here, let me help you. Here, I'm coming here. I'm giving this to you to help you. But it has led to conflict. It has led to, you know, people abandoning you, and or even you being hurt by this person. I think it's more that because of the other cards. And yeah, so this person standing here, like almost laughing and looking at you, and you're feeling hurt and you're feeling alone. Here are these people. But it doesn't matter, because look, there is, you know, these emotions, they're very new. You need to deal with them. And they are here, all these emotions. They are so new and so young is not the word here. Yeah, you're just feeling them, and because it's all happening here, and it will take some time to get here, actually to get waiting to get this open, to get this new cycle going. It will take a while, but Why am I saying that this is going to happen? Because we have here two aces of swords. Now, aces of swords can be like, I often say it's like it's beginning to cut through the bullshit. It's beginning to see through people, and that is done by introspection, of course, by looking back, looking ahead, but also looking back, because this person looks back. And the hermit, when he looks back, he reflects on what he's looking at. And, you know, now it's time to stop thinking about this here and say, okay, you know, I'm no longer going to deal with the bullshit, because something new is going to happen and something new is on my way. And there's some new ideas, some new ways to communicate, some new ways of being. And it's double one because you have two aces of swords. So that is going to come in my life, and that is going to bring me joy again. It's going to bring me that, you know, that childlike joy almost. And that is, it's that new relationship or the new partnership or that new thing that's coming into your life is going to give you a lot of joy. And why am I saying that? Because here the change is here. The change, the wheel of fortune says that the change is happening. It's already, you know, turning. But it means also that here duality, it often implies a choice. You had also had the duality here in the Two of Wands, where you're waiting for something, and when you wait for something, you also have to make choices. What do you want? What don't you want? And here the same thing. And often it's a little bit unclear what you're going to choose, because here is the moon. The moon is an intuitive card, but it can also be a card that brings a lot of indecision, uncertainty, and also sometimes you don't see things very clear. And even though here that Hierophant, not Hierophant, sorry, the Hermit is here, and you've done the introspection and you said, okay, I'm going to not, you know, that bullshit or, you know, all these worries, all these negative thinking and all this, you know, past hurt stand in my way, because I'm going for something new. But still, it will take a while. Strength, longer, patience and trust. It will take a while. It's also something very new for you. So it will take a while before you're going to get into that cycle, into this new cycle here, the new cycle, the new things. It's going to take a while because you are not completely sure of stuff. Okay, so we have here the Devil and here the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords is a Knight of Swords. We have we don't have him here. Why am I saying that? Okay, that was in another reading. So sorry. The Devil. Okay, your foundation's cracking. It's going to stir up fear. It's going to happen that you're going to be, maybe it's even, you know, at a certain point you're going to be angry because of that loss, and because of you feeling that somebody has taken advantage of you and has hurt you, and you're not going to be very happy about it. But you have to deal with that devil inside, because that devil is not going to bring you a lot of joy. So wake up, see where your foundations are cracking, see where you need to have a new cycle, see where you need to cut through this bullshit here, see where, you know, that cut it out. Just, you know, use the sword, cut it out. It's not going to be easy because you're earth signs, you're fixed. I am a Taurus, so I bloody well know what this means and what this here means, and that holding on. I really know that. So it's earth, it's fixed, so you're stubborn, you like to hold on to stuff, you like to hold on to almost a grudge as well. So don't do that. Because here as well, you know, this Prince of Swords, I think it's almost like the follow-up of the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is when you begin, you know, cutting away stuff. But this one is more active. The prince is coming in. The Knight of Swords is riding in on his horse and cutting it out. You know, wielding that sword. You know, it's much more, there's much more action here. There's much more drive. There's much more, speed. as it were. So it feels like you're going to speed it up here. This is going to, it's going to leave you a little bit here, but this one will help you get through this moon. And what is your advice? Oh, the advice card is communication. How funny, really. Okay, I communicate from my heart, and love surrounds and protects me. So yes, you'll have to talk, earth signs. You'll have to communicate in a good way, in a calm way, in a poised way, but also, you know, also like the emperor, you know, when you have to say your stuff, you say your stuff. It's not like, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid of the lion as well. Just say what you need to say. Know that this new cycle is coming. Know that your structures are going to crumble, but that gives way to this new stuff, although it's quite still all up in the air. But it doesn't mean you can't communicate. And don't forget, there is a Mercury retrograde coming up. I think it's, if I'm correct, on October the 13th. And Mercury is going to go retrograde first in Scorpio, then going to move back in Libra, and it is until November 3rd. And that makes me think, of course, of the US elections on November 3rd. I think Mercury goes direct on that same day, yes. So be careful also with how you communicate, because, you know, Scorpio is about secret stuff as well, secret stuff in your heart. It's quite intense. And then going into Libra, where it wants more harmony, but be careful of your communication. And also, so communicate from the heart, but do it in a kind way. Don't do it in a harsh way, please. So do it in a kind way. Okay, that is for you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or those who chose Earth. Air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, these are very good cards here. Like them. There's nothing wrong with these cards. They're really, really good cards. I mean, here there is the family card, but also the harvesting card. Time to celebrate, time to eat the fruits of your labor, of fruits of things you did well in your relationships, things you did well in general, action, wands, 4 of wands. And yes, of course, reaping the fruits because of the star. The star says, hey, you know, all these possibilities are opening up because of all these actions I've done here. This is creating a lot of new ways to see things. It's also the card of success here. Card of success. I mean, what else do you want here? So there is this vibe of things you're doing that can be quite successful if you keep at it, if you really harvest. Here she is harvesting as well. This woman is harvesting the grapes she's grown in her garden. It's this another joyous card, yellow, the yellow of the star. Yellow is a bright color. It's a fun color. It's it's color that says, hey, and life is beautiful, you know, the sun is shining. What more do you want? And then, even then, if you don't believe in success here, you are being successful here anyway. So what more can I say about this? It's going to be very weird to see the other cards coming on top of this. So this is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is creative. There is something that you're doing passionately. There is something that you love doing. And that doing it, you know, bringing it in, the creativity, and that comes from the past actually, because he's, you know, looking at the past. He's looking that way, and this is looking that way. So this one is also looking at future victories, but also these creations, this creativity, this passion, this energetic card here has been coming from the things you have done in the past, from all these stuff you're doing, and also from this card, from here. It will bring you further rewards and success and victory. So I'm really curious about the other cards that are going to come out now. So let's see. Oh, okay, the Fool, new cycle. Queen of Pentacles, yes. Okay. Okay. I mean, these are, okay, so we have here the same card. A little bit different, but it's the same card. This is a quick card, so things are moving fast here. Look at all these beautiful cards. I mean, gee. What more do you want? Look. Incredible. Incredible cards for next week. Enjoy that week, you know, because the moon... Ooh, more good cards. Okay, this is an... I don't know. Let's see afterwards. I don't even think it's an important card. Look, because of, they're all incredibly okay. So we have a 7 of Swords and a 7 of Wands here. And I feel it's not you, this here. Okay. So let's have a look here. So what I was saying here, this foundation you have, reaping the rewards. It's like, you know, okay, you're just doing stuff, and the stuff you're doing is successful because of this Queen. It also card of, you know, reaping rewards, harvesting. Here this card is a luscious garden. It's a very, very wealthy, fertile garden with beautiful plants, beautiful landscaping, and this Queen is very certain of herself. So yes, everything is going to plan. And here the Chariot even says that, you know, you are in control at the moment. You're controlling all these things that are happening, and the actions you've been doing, you are really well powered. It's like you had a very good plan in your mind. You set yourself some goals, some plans, and you are doing them, or you did them, and it worked out really well because it's been opening up all these possibilities and new ways. It also has, you know, brought in money and happiness, almost joy. It's like a happy getting together here, but also money coming in. Or you know, wealth, abundance. Doesn't have to be abundance in money, but it has all these things you've been doing have brought in forms of abundance, and whether that's abundance in, you know, abundant friendship, abundant relationships, abundant financially, or abundant in joy, in your inner settings, your inner mindset. This is really happening, you know, this with this card, the success card, and the wishes fulfilled card, and all these venues opening up. There's all these possibilities here again. They are almost repeated, and it's because you have taken things, you know, you have taken control, but you have done that in a good way. You have done that in a calm way. You have done that in a collected way. You have done that, you know, by dominating your inner fears and saying, listen, I can do this. And then step by step by step, you did that. And I think this is more somebody else here. I feel like this and this card are other people, because you've been so successful that some people may be envious and may want to take it away from you, and some people want to fight you, and you'll have to protect yourself. Then that's you protecting yourself. There is something here. There's something about, you know, the green jealousy monster, something like that. Just let's have a look here. So here again, you were reaping harvests, but also, you know, not only are you receiving, I think you're also giving because of the success. you have been giving. But it also means you have to protect sometimes. You have to protect what's yours sometimes, because there are people that are going to try and take advantage of you. So you can give, yes, but you can't over give. And you have to be careful that you protect yourself, your energy, your abundance from other people who don't have the best in mind. But then again, you know, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because there's a magician. The magician is, yes, you can do this. You have the tools, you have the skills, you have the talent. You are also in control. I think this magician and this chariot here are complementing each other, are saying, yes, there is, you know, you can do this. You have it under control. You got this. And the Ace of Pentacles is like even a new venture starting, you know, because of this here, this success, you are planning on starting even something new, and this can be a new business. So this is something creative anyway, something that can bring in even more abundance, but that is something new that you want to do. That's what it feels like. And that is the result, of course, of all that's been happening here. And moving forward, I think that is even good, because if you do this new venture, there will be success. There will be also here more success. Now look at how different this card is. It's the same cards. This is the normal, traditional Rider-Waite. This is the after Rider-Waite tarot cards. So here she's already plucking the grapes, but here she is just, you know, tending to her garden and taking care of the garden, but also enjoying the garden, enjoying the luxuries of the garden, the beautiful sweetness of the grapes, but also the abundance, enjoying that abundance. And this is a quick card, so this new stuff, it feels like it's going to move quickly. You're going to do that quickly, but you have to protect it. You know, sometimes this could be, even, you know, in this context here, what comes to me is copyright protection. So like protecting your ideas, and yeah, that's what it feels like. So be aware from this one, and then protect yourself. Now here, this action-driven, creative things that you've been doing, and you are doing, and you will be doing, they are here again. Temperance card. It's, you know, it's something new. So that means something new always has a little bit of trial and error. I often see this card like that. It requires some patience, although you have this card here. It's a quick moving card, but still, there will be some work involved. There will be some trying stuff involved, but everything says here celebration. You know, you will celebrate. Now, this card here, the Five of Cups, it looks like a bad card, yes, and it's often a card of disappointment, of loss. I feel that's more about to do with these people where you have to protect yourself from, that you feel disappointed because of them, and that you need to say, okay, not dealing with these people anymore, but I'm going only to deal with these people. Look here, this person is in the river, like drowning, and it's like you don't want to see it, but I feel that this person is this person. So it's like, okay, you know, just leave them, let them go out of my life. I have other people, I have enough, more than enough abundance here. So yes, I'm taking my losses, I'm taking the relationships that I'll lose because of the envy, that green monster, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. And here we have the High Priest card and the Hanged Man. So we had all these rewards and this success, the control, but being careful. And here the High Priest is, you know, with the success, you have created this. Look at this High Priest. It's not like in the Rider-Waite card. It's not this very cold card. It's like this beautiful garden he's sitting in, and he has the cups, he has the swords. I think there must be some wands somewhere, but I can't see them at the moment. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's sitting on his throne. He's doing this sign like this. Okay, I'm doing the sign like this. Okay, he's doing that here. The sun is shining. So it feels like all these things you've done here, and not this one, of course, but all these things you have done, and with a star and so on, has led you to create a solid foundation for you, a structure. And that structure is important. That structure is moving you forward. It's moving you forward in this new venture. Now here, what this card and this card, I think, lead to this card, the Hanged Man, the man who's hanging upside down. So what does it feel like? It feels like, okay, I'm going to have to consider here what I have to protect, and I have to consider here what am I going to keep and what am I going to let go of. I need to think about that. And it will come to you. So don't worry, it will come to you. And then the advice card. Oh, that is beautiful here. Emerging. I am emerging into the light with joy and ease. So it is all these cards. I'm not saying these ones. So let me just take away these ones. So it's this card, joy. It's this card. It's these cards here, emerging. It's taking control. It's also the star card. And then here, the magician card. These cards as well. It's like, okay, you're coming to light. All your creativity is there. It's all coming here. You're showing yourself. You're showing yourself with authenticity and also with joy. And it all goes quite easy because of that 8 of Wands here. And that is the card. So when you emerge, do it fully and emerge, come out of the closet, whatever the closet is, and, just do it. But be careful of this one and protect yourself. So that is for you, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Water. Here are your cards. Okay, so there's a lot of change going on for you. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's a lot of change going on. And I think that change has to do with Uranus in Taurus. That is, Taurus is the opposite sign of Scorpio. So it will affect Scorpios as well. Is something new happening here? There's something new, very... there's a new creative thing you want to do. And you will have to change things for that. So you have these ideas, and it can be ideas that you already have been thinking about. And why am I saying this? Because of here. But these ideas are now coming almost into being, and they're good. They're going to bring change in your life. These new creative things you want to do are going to change your life for the better. And yes, for the better, because you have here the 4 cups. Sometimes we are bored with what we have, and then there's these other cups here, so we have choice. So we can choose to ignore these or this one. That one is offered to us. I think you are doing that. I think you want to do your own stuff. And also because of this one. I think you're choosing something new. It's a collaboration. It feels like it's a collaboration, and it's a good collaboration, but it's something new. It's not like you're going to take the first thing that you are offered. You're going to think about it, and you're going to be a smart one, because the Emperor is really like the boss card, the business leader card, an entrepreneur card, but also like somebody with, a strong will. So you have a strong will. And this creative thing, and Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are quite strong. Scorpio for sure. Cancer is a cardinal card, so also something new. They like to do that. They are good at it. Cardinal sign, not a cardinal card, sorry. Anyway, the Emperor is, you have the willpower, and it feels like here there is some formats that going to be, you're going to be discussing, because this is a card of partnership. It's a 3 of Pentacles. There is a partnership coming, and it's going to be a good partnership. and that can be in a relationship, it can be a business partnership, but you have the strong will to make things happen, to make this new creative beginning happen. You can do that because you are a leader. So let's see what cards come out on top of these. Okay, another page. An ace, that's good. Let's pull another one on here. 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, okay. Now let's do the same here. So sometimes I do it differently, so don't worry about it. It's what it's supposed to be. Oh, that's funny, these 2 cards together, okay. Oh, the cards are jumping. They are all jumping. It's a little bit confusing now. Okay. So, let's see here. Another moon card. Okay. If you see the cards and you think, oh my God, look at this one and this one, don't worry about it. I mean, we're going to have a look immediately. Yeah, there's the Tower. Towers are not necessarily bad cards. I mean, oh, another Death card. Look. I mean, Towers usually are meant to happen. Okay, those 2 together. Oh my God, look at all the major arcanas here on top. That is quite good. There's a lot of change here, though. Okay, Page of Wands. I think we started with the Page of Wands, wasn't it? Yeah, we started with the Page of Wands. It's slightly different, this one. Okay, let's start here. So we have a Page of Wands, a new creative beginning, which is here again. There is this new creative beginning. It's sort of, yeah, okay, we're doing this. And here as well, the Page of Swords is more, almost more active. It's true, you're communicating as well what you're going to do. You're sharing it with the world, and you're also like a little bit aggressive and assertive with it. It's not like you're sitting down and not doing anything. It's, you know, this is the most active of the pages. And yes, you are doing stuff already about that. And I think the idea here is that you want to create more security, more stability in your life, whether that is financial stability, emotional stability, more abundance. Like it's, you know, it's like you want more certainty in your life. You want to feel more secure, and so you're doing all this stuff. You're creating all this stuff because you have had a change of, you know, a change of heart, a change of mind. When I see the Death card, I always see this card as a change which brings a new beginning. But what is very important here is that you are the one who begins the change. You are the one who wants the change. And sometimes that can be conscious, sometimes that can be unconscious, but there is this element that you are choosing the change. It's not something that comes from outside, from external sources, or that comes from other people. It's you who decides it's time for change. And I think here that all these cards are saying that. So we have here change is happening already. And, you know, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is, you know, that change that you're going to do, the creative undertaking you're planning to do and you're already working for, is actually going to bring in more security. It's going to start bringing in a little bit more, I think, certainty, and whether that's money-wise or emotional, there is that. It also means that, you know, the transition that you're in is going to end. It's going to be okay, but there is this transition because you are changing. You have this change going on. That means, yes, there is change. It means that things are, you know, shifting. And when things shift, There's certain things that will be in transition that are not exactly clear. And I'll come back to that when we come to that, no, the moon card somewhere here, the moon card. When we are in transition, sometimes, often, most often, is that, you know, things are not very clear, not certain. But this high priestess says, go ahead, it's okay. It's like it protects the whole change. It protects the whole transition. It says, okay, go ahead. Because behind here, behind this curtain, there's new stuff. There's new things for you. When you do that creative endeavor, new stuff will be happening. And that is, look, that's here, new stuff, new possibilities. So here we had, you know, the different possibilities, yes, different things, different formats as that you can do, you know, the change, that you can do your creative endeavor. And there was this thing of collaboration here. So yes, look, the ship's coming in. The person standing here, it's like looking at the people, you know, that you're going to call in to help you with the transition, to help you with the change. And it's some people going to help you. And this is quite a card looking over what you've already, how far you have come. You have done here some work which have led you to come here. And again, this death card. So here, you know, it says again, a lot of changes in you are happening. You're really doing this. And this here is actually happening. And these are happening because you have made a lot of changes inside yourself. And you may not be completely conscious of that, but it's happening. And all that change, all that transition is opening up all these new venues, all these new avenues to find out, to go and explore, really, and explore and see what it's going to bring, because you will be successful in that. So also the success, I see that here, this will bring success. And this card, instead of also, you know, as well as having people come in and helping you, it's also almost ensuring that all these things here and the creative endeavor will bring in success, and you'll look over that success. So there are new things to explore here as well. You know, the ships, it's like you're sending out ships for exploration. You know, what is the creative endeavor? How am I going to do that? Also here, how am I going to do that? What format am I going to do that in? But it's going to be successful. And then here, another card of success, really, because, you know, it's at the end. And this is a really entrepreneur's card, a business leader's card, a boss's card. So yes, all this is going to be very good. Now, the tower here, as I said before, a tower is not necessarily a bad card, because it means it is actually fundamentally the change card. Things are going to be stripped away and new things are going to come in its place. And why? New things are going to come in its place. Here, a sort of rebirth, the beginning of a new cycle. This is the last card here. And yes, that is going to happen because of all the changes you made. And then also because of the internal changes, because we had another death card. Where was it? Here. So a lot of things are going to happen, and it's almost like you can't resist it, because it's been calling you for a while, and you've been wanting to do this for a while, but you know, sometimes we are afraid. And I think that fear here, and you know, the feeling of what am I going to do? Am I going to go through with this? It was expressed here together with this tower, because of course, change means stripping away things. Change means getting rid of other stuff. And that can be people, that can be relationships, that can be literal material stuff, that can be a way of life, habits, routines, whatever it is. And sometimes, you know, that is difficult to do. And sometimes we like to hold on to our status quo, to the way things were before. But that is not the case here anymore. This is there. And all these other cards indicate, especially with this card, there is going to be a new cycle for you. It is going to create a new beginning, something whole and something new. Now, let's have a look here, because I don't think we had a look. So when you do this, when you are in transition, I told you already, the moon, it makes things a little bit uncertain, unclear. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of, it also brings up fears, you know, fear. And that's why we get stuck here. And this card can also, you know, cause a bit of fear. But that's normal. I think it's normal. And it's also bringing in, it can also bring in hard work. I mean, there's obstacles, there's things you have to take care of, there's things you have to handle. In that transition, there will be things that not always go as quickly or as smoothly as you want them to go. And this card says that, you know, it's not going to be easy. It can be a little bit of hard work here, but you're going to do it. You're going to take it on one by one. And when you do that calmly and you don't rush it and you just do it all as it comes, it's okay, because there is this thing. And see the difference here between this page, which is static, standing still, and this one, who is walking. And there's harvest here behind. You see the straw or the hay, whatever it is. Anyway, so he's walking. He's already moving. Here you're starting the creative. You're thinking about it. It's an idea. But here it feels like it's, you know, the first baby steps, the first steps in motion. That's what it feels like. And let's have a look at the other two cards. So we have a Three of Swords and a Ten of Cups. I like this card because Ten of Cups is a very joyous card. Look at the family being together. It's results. There's a good emotions here. It has a festive feeling. It has a feeling of celebration, of like, yes, we did this, we made it. And it seems that what you're doing is going to be better for you on an emotional level, and it's going to be better for the people close to you, whether that's your family, your friends, your tight inner circle. Now, the Three of Swords is usually a card of loss. It's a bit of a sad card. And I feel that here it is a bit of a fear card. There's a bit like, okay, what is it going to bring me? Is it going to bring me happiness? Is it worth all the effort? Is it worth this? Is it worth, the tower? Is it worth my effort, really? But it will be worth your effort. So don't worry about this fear here, this worry, this anxiety, because it is a natural part of the transition process and of the change process. And lastly, I have for you an advice card, or maybe just a message card, and it says love. The mantra here says, I am wonderful, I receive and give love today and always. I'm going to take the little booklet with it and have a look what it says here. So open your heart to receive. Love is on its way. You are more cherished than you can possibly know. It's a day for rejoicing. You're a sacred vessel for eternal love to flow through. So I feel like this is almost in connection with this card. You're doing this thing because you love doing it. It is something that stirs your desire. It's something you're passionate about. It's something that you really love doing. And when you do stuff with love and you make these changes because you know in your heart you want to make these changes, then everything here works out. And we have these 4 major cards here, which is big energy. Yeah? It is energy that really goes deep, and it really affects you for not just this week, but for longer than that week, for maybe for the rest of the year or longer even, because they are such fundamental energies, and this is such a fundamental change that this is going to be really affecting you. But it's doing things with love, and I think that is something you may take away from this card here. When you have this worry, when you have this, maybe even some sadness and some fear and some concerns, think about what you love doing, and why you are doing this creative endeavor, why you are doing it. And if you do that with your heart and with your soul and with your love, there's nothing you can't conquer. And I think I'm going to end it on this last note, because I think it's a beautiful note to end on. There's nothing you can't conquer if you do it with love. That's it for you, water element, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is going to be on my Patreon, but it's going to be public and it's going to be free for now. My Patreon account, I'm looking for patrons. So if you want to help me out, then please do so. You can also find me on crystalvangelder.com. I will put it underneath so you can spell it correctly. My tarot readings specifically for you. There's a few there that you can purchase, and they're still there on a special price for now. So I hope to see you next week. So next week I will have the weekly reading up, and then soon after, for the 16th, there will be a new moon reading as well, for those that love to use the new moon for goal setting, and also to see what the energy of the new moon is, because it's going to be a special new moon. Let me tell you that. So bye for now, and I'll see you.